Pegs are glued in place. Now I want to go in here and flatten out these pegs to make sure everything's all set up where it's supposed to be. Pushing too hard. Chisel's sharp enough, but I need to take a slicing motion. So all I want to do is have it flush. I don't need to gouge any wood out of the part. When I get the blade out of the electrolysis tank, I want to put the blade in and tighten it down before I set this casting. I want to make sure that I have the blade flush against the face of the wood block. I just have them all strung together on a piece of copper wire. I used to think that I could only use iron wire. Then I didn't have any iron wire. I didn't have any iron wire one day, and I put some copper wire in there. It seemed to work just fine. So I've been using it. It's a little easier to deal with because the copper wire is basically softer, and it also doesn't work harden as much. The steel wire tended to crack. The more times I twisted it around to get it to do what I wanted it to do, pretty soon it wouldn't twist anymore, it would just break. And I just want to have everything down into the bath and nothing contacting any of the rods. I don't want to have it short. This battery charger has the option of using it as a power source to start the engine or just to charge the battery. If I flip it up, it's on high amperage. It'll crank out 50 amps. But really you don't need it. I'm going to do that right now just to see if I can get the tank to start turning. It's mostly for the video shot, just so that it shows up a little better. You can see bubbles are coming off of the parts that I have hanging on the center electrode. Some of that is hydrogen and oxygen coming out of the water. Now that I've shown you that it does work, I'm going to put it down on lower amperage because it only really needs 1 or 2 amps. And you can see from the gauge, it's not drawing anything, even on the high amperage. It has a higher potential, but it doesn't do a whole lot more. I'm going to put this little brass screw in some lemon juice, get it shined up. So I got a couple of things to wait. I got electrolysis tank going out in the garage. I've got this to put in the lemon juice. It's going to be a little while before I'm ready to go any further. So while I'm waiting for those other processes to work their way through, I'm going to glue up the bamboo panel to put on the bottom of the plain body. This panel is too narrow, and the bamboo is made up of multiple strips. I don't think if you took bamboo and just tried to cut a board out of it, it would work too well. You'd end up with a big hollow spot in the middle. So they take thin strips of bamboo and glue them edge to edge and end to end. You can see the places where the cells are in there, and you can see the lines in the bamboo where it goes edge to edge. I imagine there's stops and starts here in the middle of it. I'm not seeing anything sticking out at me, but I imagine there's starts and stops where they join them end to end also. So I'll take the miter box saw and cut this into 2 sections, clamp it to a board and glue the edges, glue it together edge to edge, and then I'll have that ready to go when this is ready to go. Want to cut it a little bit long just in case I have a problem. Get my plane set on this scrap piece. Make sure I'm doing a good job. That works really good, actually. I'm impressed. Thought I might have a problem with splintering. Okay, if I've done this correctly, the two joints, the two surfaces should fit up flush. Well, that's not too bad. Now I'll make a gluing jig. Always nice to have a piece of scrap plywood sitting around. When we bought the house, there were shelves along this wall, and I've gradually used up most of the bits and pieces, some of it in making this bench, and some of it in things like this jig. Experience tells me a dry fit's a good idea. Spend a few minutes making sure I got it right, or I could spend a lot of time trying to fix it. Now it's just a matter of leaving it set. Let the glue set up. Then I can mark it out and get ready to cut it. I got a pretty good amount of rock on that thing. It's going to take some work to get this back down flush. But I got a 1/4 inch of bamboo to put on there. By the time I get done taking this down to the point where it's flat, that 1/4 inch should take up all the slop in it.